first appeared over 100 years ago. Giant humanoid creatures with a taste for our blood. The brute strength of these aberrations trumped an average person's many times over. We were shoved to the brink of extinction almost overnight. The survivors erected...
Hello everyone. Welcome back to General Sansan Anime. Previously, we followed Mikasa as she fought desperately to survive while remembering her past and her bond with Eren. The situation felt completely hopeless, with humanity being pushed to the edge. In Episode 7, I expect the focus to return to the battlefield and the remaining soldiers who are still fighting against overwhelming odds. This episode might show us how courage and desperation collide when there's nothing left to lose. I'm really curious to see if there's any turning point or unexpected development here. Let's jump into today's reaction and find out what happens next.
Walls Maria, Rose, and Sina, withdrawing behind them in frightened huddles for what was to be a century of uneasy peace. In the year 845, two terrifying new breeds of Titan appeared, the Colossal and the Armored, barreling through the outer walls as if wholesale destruction was child's play. The territory couched within the circle of Wall Maria was abandoned. 20% of the human race perished. As the Titan onslaught advanced, our only choice was to withdraw behind Wall Rose. In the year 850, the Colossal appeared once again, breaching the wall bordering Trost before disappearing. The Titans flooded in through the broken gate. Eren! No! 2 hours later, the evacuation of the entire populace was complete. As a result, no civilians were lost to the Titans. The same cannot be said for the countless soldiers who perished, buying the people time.
Eren, as long as you're part of my life, I can fight to the bitter end.
Captain, please wait! There's only a handful of us left, sir. If the Titans were to attack here in force, we wouldn't have a chance in hell of holding them off!
Please, sir! We need you here!
Out of my way, soldier. We have to get going. My expertise is needed to help direct the reinforcements.
Behind the safety of the inner gate, am I right?
Just what the hell are you implying? They need my help reorganizing. Or what?
At this pivotal moment in the relentless struggle against the Titans, the morale of the defensive unit continued to crumble under unbearable pressure. The officer entrusted with command, a man expected to embody steadfast courage and inspire confidence, betrayed his fear through his eyes alone. They revealed a longing to escape, a silent plea to flee from the battlefield and leave the nightmare behind. His resolve weakened under the crushing presence of the Titans, and in doing so, he abandoned the youngest and least experienced soldiers to confront terror head-on. These recruits had endured 3 grueling years of harsh training, pouring their youth into mastering the complex mechanics of omnidirectional mobility gear and refining their combat techniques. Yet nothing in training could truly prepare them for the merciless reality unfolding before them. Faced with towering monsters and endless death, many collapsed under despair. Some could not endure the psychological torment and chose to end their own lives rather than face another moment of horror. Those who once volunteered with burning determination now felt their courage erode piece by piece, leaving only a few resolute fighters standing while the rest became hollow shells burdened by hopelessness. Fear and resignation hung heavily in the air, pressing down on every soldier who remained. Amid this suffocating despair, Mikasa Ackerman emerged as a symbol of hope. Celebrated for her unmatched combat ability and unbreakable will, she abandoned her designated frontline position to desperately search for Eren Yeager, her adoptive brother and emotional anchor. Armin Arlert noticed her sudden disappearance and sensed the violent turmoil raging within her. Unsure how to reach her without shattering what little hope remained, he hesitated, searching for words that could soften an unbearable truth. When he finally spoke, his voice carried sorrow as he revealed that of their original group of 6, only one remained alive. The others had fallen in battle, including Eren, whose existence had represented hope and courage for them all. The revelation struck Mikasa like a crushing blow, as though the world itself had collapsed beneath her feet. Still, even as grief threatened to consume her, she forced her expression into calm restraint, refusing to allow her emotions to break her. With a composed,
Would you rather us be overwhelmed due to a logistical nightmare?
But sir, if we lose those supplies...
That's enough! Question my orders again, or delay me in my duties, and I'll run your treasonous hide straight through!
Why isn't anyone going over the wall? They must have heard the withdrawal signal. It's over. All over. We're doomed.
There.
Come on now. That musket's not enough to stop them.
Hey, Sean! What are we gonna do?
We can't do anything. They finally gave us the order to withdraw, and we were all out of gas, of course. I can't believe this is how it's gonna end, because of those damn cowards.
You mean the supply depot? What is going on? Where are they?
They all lost their will to fight, and I can understand why. But they abandoned their duty to supply us, barricading themselves inside HQ. And of course, Titans have swarmed the place, which means we can't get the gas ourselves.
Then why are we waiting? We gotta go! Start thinning their numbers so we have a chance! Sitting here on this roof is totally pointless! Eventually, the Titans are gonna come for us! We don't have much gas left. We'll just waste what little we've got if we try to run. And without our mobility, we're completely screwed!
You're using your head for once, Connie. Nice going. But I'm just not sure if we've got the numbers needed to pull this thing off. The veterans in the Vanguard force have all been killed. How exactly do a bunch of rookies pull off a suicide mission like this? I mean, let's assume half of our force even survives the initial assault. Then what? The supply room is probably crawling with Titans in the 3 or 4 meter range. I don't see us accomplishing much in there. It's hopeless. God, what a dull life this turned out to be. I never even got to tell her just how I feel.
Come on, guys, we can do it! Right? Let's go! If we all work together, we can make this happen. I know we can. All right? I'll take the lead.
yet unwavering voice, Mikasa addressed the soldiers who remained. She declared that retreating behind the towering walls was their sole chance of survival. These massive structures, standing as humanity's final shield against annihilation, symbolized the fragile hope that had sustained them for generations. Yet her call to withdraw was met with reluctance. The soldiers were exhausted beyond measure, their spirits drained by constant fear and loss. Recognizing their hesitation, Mikasa hardened her resolve and proclaimed that she alone possessed the strength to face the Titans head-on. She condemned those paralyzed by fear, branding them as weak and cowardly, while declaring her willingness to fight alone if necessary. Her fierce words cut through the gloom, reigniting pride and courage within the hearts of the young soldiers. Inspired by her defiance, they rallied behind her, committing themselves to battle with whatever strength remained. Mikasa lived up to her fearsome reputation as her movements across the battlefield became a breathtaking display of speed and precision. She soared through the shattered city using her gas-powered mobility gear, her motions sharp and predatory. However, her relentless pace quickly drained her fuel reserves. Armin, ever perceptive, realized that Mikasa's overwhelming determination had pushed her into dangerous recklessness. Her drive to survive and protect others blinded her to her own limits. When her gas finally ran dry, she crashed to the ground, suddenly defenseless amid the Titans closing in around her. A Titan soon loomed before her, its grotesque face twisted into a horrifying mask of hunger and rage. Despite the danger, Mikasa did not falter. She struck swiftly at its hand, buying herself precious moments, but the creature retaliated with brutal force, sending her flying across the battlefield. As she lay battered and exposed, her thoughts drifted to Eren. The fear of dying alone and forgotten gnawed at her, along with the haunting question of who would remember him if she fell. These thoughts ignited a fierce determination within her. She resolved that she must live, not only for herself, but to honor the memory of those who had already been lost. At that very moment, chaos gave birth to something unimaginable. A Titan unlike any other.
Armin, it's time to go!
Rana, do we move out?
Not yet. We have to let them gather up first.
It's no use. There's too many of them. I don't think any of us are going to survive this. I've come to accept my pending demise. I just wanted my death to mean something. Mikasa, weren't you in the rear guard?
Annie! I know how bad things have gotten. It's selfish, putting personal matters in the forefront. But have you seen Eren's squad?
Some squads made it back, but I don't know about Eren's.
We found Armin. He's over there.
Armin!
Mikasa, I can't. How do I tell her what happened to Eren? I survived. It means nothing. It's so useless. I wish I had died with him instead.
Armin, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you? Where's Eren? Armin?
They were the cadets of Squad 34. Thomas Wagner, Noctiers, Ilias Uremsky, Mina Carolina, Eren Yeager. These brave five upheld their duties. They died valiantly on the field of battle.
Please, no.
This whole squad was wiped out. The same will happen to us if we try to take on those Titans. I'm so sorry, because that should have been me that died, not Eren. I couldn't do a thing. I'm worthless.
Armin. Calm yourself. We haven't got time for you to get emotional right now. On your feet. Marco, if we eliminate or bypass the Titans at HQ, we can there refuel our gear, allowing us to get back over the wall. Is that assessment correct?
Well, yeah, I guess so, sure.
Other appeared, charging into battle and attacking its own kind. With shocking ferocity, it crushed the skull of the Titan threatening Mikasa. The sight defied all logic. Mikasa could not comprehend why a Titan would turn against its own species. Unlike the mindless monsters they had always known, this one fought with terrifying skill, engaging its enemies at close range and striking their weak points with deliberate precision. Even more unsettling was its complete lack of hostility toward Mikasa and the other soldiers, despite clearly noticing them. Its strange behavior was both bewildering and strangely reassuring, offering a sliver of hope where none should have existed. Armin rushed to Mikasa's side, relief flooding through him as he pressed his remaining gas canister into her hands. He understood that her strength and resolve made her their best chance of survival. His selfless act reflected both his trust in Mikasa and his awareness that the fate of their group rested on her ability to continue fighting. Recharged and renewed, Mikasa launched herself back into the air, her resolve burning brighter than before. The battlefield had become a vision of pure devastation. Ruined buildings and collapsed walls littered the ground, smoke choked the sky, and the metallic stench of blood mixed with the screams of the wounded. Titans towered over the wreckage like living nightmares, their grotesque expressions frozen in endless hunger. Soldiers weaved through the rubble, blades flashing as they struck at vulnerable necks, while the constant roar of mobility gear filled the air like a mechanical cry of desperation. Mikasa moved through the chaos like a storm, her form a blur of lethal precision. Her hair streamed behind her, her eyes fixed with unyielding focus. Though exhaustion weighed heavily on her body, she refused to slow. Each strike was deliberate and deadly, carving a path through the monstrous horde. From afar, Armin watched with a mix of hope and fear, his mind racing as he calculated their next steps. His youthful face bore the strain of someone forced to mature far too quickly, torn between protecting his friends and accepting the brutal truths of war. The mental burden on the soldiers was immense. The commander's shaken resolve reflected how fragile human determination could be when faced with
But there's just too many of them out there, even with you on point.
I can do it.
What?
I'm strong. Real strong. None of you come close. You hear me? I am a warrior. Know this. I have the power to slay all of the Titans that block our path. Even if I have to do it alone. As far as I'm concerned, I am surrounded by a bunch of unskilled, cowardly worms. You disappoint me. You can just sit here and twiddle your thumbs and watch how it's done.
Wait, Mikasa, are you out of your mind? That's crazy!
You can't be serious! Trying to take them out by yourself?
There's no way you can hope to beat them!
If I can't beat them, then I die. But if I win, I live. And the only way to win is to fight.
You know, I was expecting something more motivational. Your way with words was kind of a letdown. I blame everything about this on you, Eren.
Hey! Don't just stand there! We weren't taught to let our comrades fight alone! Unless you are a coward, in which case stay out of my way!
Never expected that from him.
Hey! Seriously! Come on, you bunch of chickens!
They're nuts. Damn it. All right, let's go! Follow Mikasa! Avoid lighting if you can! And get to HQ before you run out of gas!
Whoa, Mikasa is a badass. How is she going so fast? No, Mikasa's using too much gas. She could run out in any second. It doesn't matter how skilled she is. Once we lose mobility, we're as good as dead. I see through the veil of her composure. She's letting adrenaline distract her from grief. At any time, she could... Mikasa! John! You lead the rest team! Here! I'm going after Armin! I'll go with... Don't be stupid! There's still Titans everywhere! You've gotta help the others!
It happened. Why this again? I've lost my family.
Overwhelming horror. Even the bravest struggled with doubt. In stark contrast, Mikasa embodied the willpower capable of pushing back against despair. Her ability to bury her grief and transform it into relentless determination showcased the resilience of the human spirit. Armin complemented her strength with his strategic insight and compassion, forming a fragile balance between raw power and thoughtful calculation. Together, they represented humanity's last flicker of hope. The presence of the mysterious Titan complicated everything. Its actions shattered the soldiers' understanding of their enemy, revealing that Titans might not be the simple monsters they believed. Its intervention shifted the flow of battle and rekindled hope at a moment when extinction seemed inevitable. As Mikasa regained her footing, pain rippling through her body, another wave of Titans surged forward, their massive forms darkening the sky. The air was thick with sweat, blood, and steel. Adrenaline fueled her every movement as exhaustion clawed at her resolve. Her thoughts raced with survival strategies and memories of Eren's dream of a future without fear, a future she refused to abandon. The mysterious Titan continued its brutal assault, tearing through enemy ranks with uncanny intelligence. It anticipated attacks, countered with devastating precision, and shielded Mikasa and the others without intent or explanation. For a fleeting moment, the battlefield seemed suspended in time, as though the world itself was witnessing something unprecedented. Armin remained vigilant, scanning the battlefield and calculating every possible outcome. Gas supplies dwindled with each passing second, and he knew that waste meant death. Still, he clung to small sparks of hope. Mikasa's presence, the strange Titan's aid, and the unwavering resolve of those who refused to surrender. Though their numbers were few and their strength fading, the survivors pressed on, bound by an unspoken vow to protect one another and honor the fallen. Each of Mikasa's strikes carried grief, love, and defiance. She fought not only to survive, but to preserve the memory of Eren, the one who had embodied their shared dream. The ground suddenly trembled, announcing the arrival of even larger Titans. The ruined city shook as soldiers scrambled to...
Why? Wasn't the first time enough? It's all over. Nothing left for them to take from me.
It's no use. We're not getting anywhere near headquarters. Unless, of course, we don't mind dying. Shit, he's out of gas.
Stay back! I'll save you! No, wait! Stop it!
Why couldn't I stop them? Why didn't I stop them? If I'd kept us all together, this never would have happened. I wasn't meant to lead. I'm the last person that should have been given the reins.
This world is cruel, but it's also beautiful. It was a good life. I'd already given up. So why am I struggling? Why do I keep giving up?
position, hearts pounding in unison. Mikasa's gaze sharpened as she launched herself back into battle, refusing to let hope die. Her blades flashed through the dim light, each kill a brief victory in an endless war. Through the chaos, memories of Eren sustained her. His belief in freedom and a future beyond fear anchored her spirit. Meanwhile, Armin guided the remaining soldiers with calm determination, urging teamwork and restraint. His clarity under pressure proved invaluable amid the madness. As night descended over the shattered city, the survivors gathered briefly, catching their breath among ruins and corpses. The war was far from over, and Titans still roamed freely beyond the walls. Yet in that fleeting pause, they shared a silent understanding. Their fight was not only against monstrous enemies, but against despair itself. And as long as they stood together, hope, however fragile, would continue to light their path forward. As the battle dragged on and the ruins of the city echoed with endless destruction, a moment arrived that Mikasa would carry with her long after the clash of steel and flesh faded. In the chaos near a collapsed residential block, she caught sight of a small group of civilians trapped beneath fallen debris. Their screams were nearly drowned out by the thunderous footsteps of Titans, but Mikasa's sharpened senses caught them instantly. For a brief moment, she hesitated, not out of fear, but calculation. Every second spent helping civilians was a second the Titans could exploit, yet abandoning them was something she could not accept. She redirected her trajectory mid-air, burning precious gas as she descended toward the shattered building. Dust and smoke clouded her vision as she landed, blades already drawn. A Titan loomed nearby, its massive shadow crawling across the rubble. Without hesitation, Mikasa launched herself upward, slicing cleanly through the back of its neck in one fluid motion. The body collapsed with a deafening crash, shaking the ground beneath her feet. There was no triumph in the kill, only urgency. She turned toward the civilians, who stared at her in stunned silence. Their faces were pale, streaked with dirt and tears, their bodies trembling from fear and exhaustion. Mikasa—
Why am I still fighting? I mean, I've lost any reason to live. What keeps pushing me? I'll never give up again. Because if I die, these memories of you die with me. That's why I'll do whatever it takes to win, whatever it takes to live.
her voice firm and controlled, instructing them to move toward the inner streets where other soldiers might escort them behind the walls. Some hesitated, frozen by terror, and Mikasa found herself gripping one young child by the shoulders, meeting their eyes directly. There was no comfort in her expression, only certainty. That certainty was enough. The child nodded, and the group began to move. As they fled, Mikasa remained behind for a moment, scanning the skyline. More Titans were approaching, their distorted forms emerging through the smoke. She knew she could not escort the civilians herself, not without abandoning the larger fight. This was the cruel arithmetic of war. Saving some meant risking others. She watched until the civilians disappeared from sight, then launched herself back into the air, heart pounding with a familiar ache. That ache pulled her thoughts backward, to a quieter time long before the walls trembled under Titan footsteps. She remembered the warmth of a small cabin, the sound of Eren's voice arguing passionately about freedom, and the simple certainty that as long as they were together, the world made sense. That certainty had been shattered now, replaced by a burning determination that refused to die. If Eren was truly gone, then she would carry his will forward with every breath she took. Back on the battlefield, the situation had grown even more dire. Several soldiers lay motionless among the rubble, their gas supplies exhausted, their blades dulled from overuse. Mikasa swooped down, positioning herself between them and an advancing Titan. She moved without pause, her body responding faster than conscious thought. Steel flashed, flesh gave way, and another monster fell. Yet each victory felt smaller than the last, swallowed by the sheer scale of the enemy. From a distance, Armin watched Mikasa's movements closely. He noticed how her attacks had become sharper, more desperate, as though she were racing against something unseen. He understood that she was fighting not just the Titans, but time itself, time that threatened to steal away everyone she had left. Gathering what courage he could, Armin shouted directions to nearby soldiers, urging them to regroup around Mikasa's position. His voice trembled, but it carried authority born from necessity.
Our way.
No, he has no reaction to us. Any other Titan would have been on top of us by now.
It seemed to understand the skill of hand-to-hand combat. What is that thing?
Just chalk it up as another abnormal. Hell, they're always an unpleasant surprise, right? Forget about it. Let's just get out of here.
Wait a minute, hold on. Mikasa's tanks are empty.
Huh? What are we gonna do? We can't clear HQ without your help!
There's only one thing to do. I know there isn't very much left in them. It's better than your empty ones.
Armin!
This is our only choice. It would be a complete waste if I can't. But use this gas more sparingly. Everyone's lives are riding on you.
What have I done? I led the attack without any regard for their lives at all. I was even reckless with my own life. I lost track of what you taught me. Oh, Eren, I'm so ashamed. Eren.
There. Got it. The ODM gear's functional, and I restocked your blades. Just leave me this one, okay? It's just that I would rather this be my end, not being eaten alive. Why'd you...
Armin. I will not leave you behind. What was he? Are there any more like him? I've never heard of a Titan killing another Titan. No one has. But it struck a chord in me. Something so familiar. So primal. representation of humanity's rage.
A Titan killing a Titan. The very sight of it in action leaves the 104th Cadet Corps class completely speechless. However, the cadets have much more in store for them.
Thank you so much for watching this video on General Sansan anime. I really appreciate you spending your time here and sharing this anime journey with me. If you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming videos. Your support truly means a lot and helps the channel grow stronger every day. I'll be back very soon with more exciting reactions, emotional moments, and unforgettable anime scenes for all of us to experience together. Until next time, take care, keep enjoying anime, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.